It's not glamorous. All of it isn't glamorous. Oh, my battery's not working. Now I'm short on time today and I'm looking at some project pan ideas. I love the concept of it just to use up, and I do have makeup that I've bought that I don't use as much, and it's probably going to expire, so better to use it up. So I'm going to use things today that I've set aside as my project pan, and then I'll do a bigger video probably about what all of the things are all at once. But I'm just going to do an eye look with the Rude Cosmetics Roaring 20s, and I've always liked this color one. I have 3 of theirs. The other 2 excuse me, the other 2 are the kind of more burgundy set, and then the neons. I don't use the neons. I'm probably just gonna ditch that one. I just never use the colors. The colors are always just kind of off. But I love this, and the green line has always been my favorite. It's a really nice set, so I'm gonna use it and not waste it. And yeah, let's just do a quick look with that today. Alright, so I'm just going to start with the lightest shade, which is called Feathers. I'm just going to put that all over my eye just to get it all one color. It's very light, this one. It's a nice highlight, really, as a matte highlight. This is one of the matte shades. It does have some nice shimmers and a couple of duochromes. Got 2 magnified mirrors just off to the side that I'm using, because your girl does not have her contacts in, nor very good eyesight. Not for things up close. I see far away just fine, but working up close, everything gets a bit blurry, which is why I often don't realize how old I am or how old I look. I know how old I am. That's not what I meant. But I don't realize how old I look because I can't see my wrinkles. I have a natural, my eyes are a natural filter. So I always think I look younger than I am. Which means I'm a mild egomaniac. I think I look great for my age. Now if somebody else tells me that, ooh, my gosh. The warm fuzzies. I could live on compliments. See, it's just a nice pale base. Now, I'm like, oh, I always want to go for my favorites, but I could try something different today. Maybe I'll go with the purples in the center. So there's some, this nice little quad here, but I think I'll try these 2. And then that one as just a dark outer color. So that's a matte, and these 2 are shimmers. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm going into that matte purple called Swanky. Tap off the excess. Just dot it around. Well, it's kind of a grape candy look color, isn't it? It's pretty. It's a nice springtime color, and it is springtime in Australia, which is wonderful. It's great to see all the flowers starting to come out, and the trees have got blossoms, and I've got an almond tree and some apricots tree, so those trees are covered in flowers at the moment, and it's really, really pretty. It's so good. My apple tree should be blooming in another few weeks. It always doesn't last. I have a few fruiting trees in my backyard. Usually the animals get, the wild animals get all the fruits. I don't get much. It's for them anyway. And I have an almond tree that's for attracting the the large parrots. Oh, it's very nice. It's almost a pastel. It doesn't look pastel in the pan, but comes off like a nice grapey candy pastel. Great. I'll grab that darker purple on a different brush. All right, that sparkly deep purple, which is Atta Girl. Atta Girl. I love the names of these. These Roaring 20s palettes, they're really fun. But I have a problem with Rude Cosmetics getting them here in Australia. Now I bought these palettes from a reseller called Discount Beauty Boutique, and I bought them, well, a few years ago now. And then I thought, oh, I wonder what some other things. I actually almost wanted to get a backup of this, and I'd ordered a couple of things from them last year, and they never shipped. And I thought, oh, that's weird. What's happening? And then I did a research about them, and apparently that's the thing that they did. They just take orders, they take your money, and they don't ship anything out. It just turned into a bullshit site that seeds disappointment. And I had to challenge the thing with my bank to say they never sent me a follow-up email. I sent many emails to them. They never sent my stuff. So they just ghosted everybody. So they turned into a scam. So don't buy from them. Right? Discount Beauty Boutique, don't buy from them. They've got terrible reviews for a reason, and yeah, they never sent out my items. That was $80, just poof, gone. So trying to find another reputable retailer for Rude Cosmetics in Australia has not been easy. So if you know of one, let me know, because I like the products, and it's not fair that that one of the retailers decided to turn into a company that just takes money and doesn't ship items. That's a lot darker than I wanted it. Well, it's a lot more bright than I expected it to be. I thought it would be a little bit deeper, but we'll just go with it and see what happens. But I don't know, like, what can you do? What can you do when, a company just takes your money, never ships anything other than just warn everybody else, like, don't buy anything from them. Just gonna get a fat fluffy brush just to do a little blendy fades. I do have fallout down under my eye. You can see all of that just there. And that could just because the palette's old. Or the user's not the best. I didn't use an eye primer either. All right, I'm gonna clean that up. Be right back. All right, I do want something a little bit deeper, so I'm gonna go in with that kind of burgundy shade, which is called Chippy. Just put that in the outer corner. It might ruin it. It might not. We'll see. See if they make, oh, see, that makes a nice burgundy together. Hi. Now, I have to do my stare straight ahead look. Make sure I've got it over the crease enough. Yeah, that looks alright. I'll pop that under the eye as well. And then I'll just use that brush that I used before, and I'll take off most of the color. I don't have the typical, I just use this thing, which is supposed to be for cleaning your brushes, but it knocks the color off just as easily as some of the other things that you can buy. As long as these colors don't make me look like I've got a black eye, I'm alright. Wunderbar. Alright. Nice. Now, going back into that blue sparkle called Glitzy. Glitzy. I keep looking at the wrong spot, wrong side of this camera. I'm really sorry. I need to glue little eyeballs over here, so I'm like looking at somebody's eyes. I've got little jiggly eyes. Actually, I bought a bunch of jiggly eyes. I've got these giant trees out in front of my yard, and they're called grass trees, and they throw out these giant spikes. And currently, the big one out in front of my house, which is about 7 feet tall, has 5 spikes on it, which is just bizarre. And I bought, hold on, I bought these giant googly eyes. And I'm gonna build a little like cone shaped thing and attach it to the back of the cone and slide them over the top of the spikes so that when Halloween comes around, there's 5 googly eyes sticking out of the top of my tree. It's gonna be awesome. I'll take photos and you'll see. And I got some smaller glow in the dark ones, so I've got to find out where to put those ones. Or maybe I'll have, you know, a couple glow in the dark eyes and a couple of the giant googly eyes on the tree. So I just have to be careful that none of the spikes fall off. But the spikes, you know, the tree is, it's like a giant bush plant, bushy tree that itself is about 7 feet tall. And then the spikes are probably up to 10 feet tall. It's huge. So it's going to look funny at Halloween. I can't wait for Halloween. And I live in one of these towns, like Australia's like, a lot of Australia's like, we don't care about Halloween. That's an American thing. And it is weird to have Halloween in the springtime instead of in the fall, in the autumn, because, you know, for one thing, it's daylight, so we're having, you know, they're doing all their trick-or-treating and everything with the sun on a warm day as opposed to when it's dark out and, you know, all the lights and the spookiness is around. It's not a very spooky season, so, you know, we should be technically having Easter at this time of year instead. So it is funny that, you know, although the holidays themselves, you know, they don't follow the solstices in the same way that they do, because they just follow the same days as they do for the northern hemisphere versus the southern hemisphere. I'm gonna spray that. Excuse me. Now, I'm unique that I live in a town that loves Halloween, and they have whole streets that will decorate all of the houses in the neighborhood, and they'll have like little trick-or-treat, and they'll have a you know, everybody can go around to all the different houses on different cul-de-sacs and get their candy, and they have a big play park, and they do games, and it's just really nice to live in a place where Halloween is more of a big deal. So last year, I think we got about 30 or 40 trick-or-treaters within And they start early because the little kids come out like right after school so that they can go home, have their dinner, and go to bed. It starts about 4 o'clock in the afternoon here on Halloween. And last year, I'd ordered a 2 kilo or like a 2-pound tub of atomic fireballs to hand out. And I thought, you know, I love atomic fireballs. Now, if you're American, probably Canadian as well, you know what those are. They're just spicy. They're hot cinnamon jawbreakers. And then I had, you know, some typical like Aussie candies. And I just said to the kids, I'm like, you know, are you brave or are you chicken? And if you have to take from, I said, if you're a chicken, you have to cluck before you get your candy out of the easy bowl. But most of the kids did take both. And I was okay to let them have both. We had too many. I still have some left over. Atomic fireballs don't go off. So, that was just funny. I just imagined them going home and trying to eat these things, not knowing what they were. I might share some of them out again. That's nice. And Dora would be proud. Oh, is there a pale blue in here? Let's see. Oh, open. There is not. Right. Oh, I just like to have a matte pastel on the inner corner. So I grabbed out the Cosmic Beauty Wonderland palette. And I think I'll just go with that one called, what's it called? Icicle. Yeah, that works. Just bring that up a little on the inside. And then the one next to it was called Snowfall, which is just a very pale purple. I've got a lot of fallout with that blue sparkle as well, even though I sprayed it, which is frustrating. I haven't done my face makeup, so it's not a big deal, but it's annoying. All right. I'm going to clean up the edges, do my eyebrows and lashes, and come back. Ooh, look what I found. Look at this. Ooh, that one's gotten away from me. I've got curly Tom Bosley eyebrows. And if you don't know who Tom Bosley is, you're going to have to Google it. He was the dad on Happy Days. And he had scary eyebrows. But ooh, look at that one. So we're just going to comb it up. And snip. Any other scary ones hiding in there? What's happened? Yeah, I might just tidy that line. Look at that. All right, gotta fix these things. So I just did the brows and lashes. Just used the Peripera Cool Gray eyebrow pencil, and I used, so part of my project pan is to use up the Judydoll. So I don't know if this one went viral a year or so ago, and it's the metal bar, and it's fine. It does good. It's not very dark black. So I put that on. It does, if you're just doing a very light makeup and just want to have natural looking but long, darker, defined lashes, this is perfect. And then I topped it with just the e.l.f. Lash and Roll in black. I love the brushes in these. The mascara is okay, but the brushes, I think when I'm done with it, I'm gonna keep the wands because they're really nice. And I often just buy these little silicone tipped wands for tidying through lashes anyway, just to get the separate, because then I can wash it and reuse it. And that's what I'll do with these, because they're plastic. So I've got the brown and I've got the black. I'm going to keep those, and I'm going to clean them off and use them as a lift and separate kind of wand, because I like a more, I don't like clumpy spider leg lashes. I like more separated and fanned out. So yeah, that's one of my project pans, to use up this Judydoll one. I have this compact set from Mob Beauty. Now, of course, I can't order directly from Mob Beauty because they're a Canadian company, I believe, and they don't ship to Australia. So I have to go through Beautylish, which is based in California. But they don't tend to get the most up-to-date items. So like there's a new compact, which I think is like classic goth, and it's lovely, and I would love to have it, but I can't get it. I can't get it right now because it's not in Beautylish, and the Canadian store doesn't ship to Australia because we're scum, I guess. I don't know. They don't like us. We're terrible. So I've got two colors. I'm just being dramatic because I'm salty about it. I want it and I can't get it. So I've got their found two shades in foundation, which I don't have my glasses. I can't read it. It's really nice because the compact, when you put the pans in, they click into these little spots and you can see what everything is that you've got if you have glasses and good eyes. I've got them upside down. So I've got Neutral 20, which is the slightly darker one, and Neutral 10, which is the lighter one. And then this blush, I love this blush. This blush is so pretty. It's so pretty. And it is the M70 is what they've called it. Cream blush, just M70. It's just a number. It's nothing else dramatic. And then a couple of little eyeshadows, which I'm not using today. But I'll tell you what. This eyeshadow here, this beigey one, which is M43, is amazing. It's amazing. Not as an eyeshadow, as a highlighter. That is my number one favorite highlighter, is that M43. I just took my glasses off so I can't see it again. Oh, it's so pretty. I'll show you. But this is also part of my project pan because I can't get these things so easily. I started to treat them as precious, which meant I wasn't using them. So what's going to happen is they're precious. They're cream products. They're going to go crusty and nasty and unusable. And then I'll be sad and angry at myself. So let's not go there. Let's use it. So I'm going to go into the darker shade first. And that's that Naked Sundays foundation brush that I got recently. And, ooh, what's that? There's a black thing on my face. Mascara crust. All right. Turn the mirror around. And I've got a bit of redness so you can see. It's just taken. So I end up with a bit of yellowing just up here and redness down here. I almost get like a triangle shape of redness just here, which I've seen some people do on purpose as their blush application. I have it naturally, but I try and hide it because it looks weird. Yeah, I get this like triangle of redness, so I'm not so red here. And then I have this weird yellowing under my eye. So we just try and get all the colors to be the same color. And just tap that in. Get my headphones out of the way. Didn't notice I had headphones, did you? No. I've been just listening to some lo-fi in the background. Gotta pull your nose out of the way. And it just goes on very easy. I'm not used to this type of cream product. I'm kind of like panic about it, like, oh, what, it's gonna get used up too quickly. But no, not if you are so terrified of it, that of using it or losing it, that you won't use it. It's just it's a weird mentality that I've had my whole life. Gotta keep it precious, gotta keep it, don't use it. then it'll be gone. It's fine. I can eventually get another one. I suppose one of these days I could go back to California and visit family and have a makeup restock while I'm there. But that's an extreme way to go about it. There we are. And it's not too, it's like a little bit light, but not terrible. Once I put the other face colors on, it's not so bad. A little bit on the ear holes, so I get big pink ears. Now the lighter one, I'll just do, I've got this is from e.l.f. It's what do you call it? I call it a putty brush, but it's kind of a flat one. It's just got these longer stippling bristles, and I have two types of this. I have one I use that one for most of my blush applications, so that's a more round, dense one. It's lovely for those liquid blushes. It gets it in there quite nice. I'm just going to put that lighter one just under the eye. It's much lighter. I do have an appointment at the hospital today. Maybe I shouldn't go looking like I'm sick, but it's all right. It's just a little brightening. That's all it is, right? It's a little brightening. What do you think? Is no bad. Now, the blush. Now, where did I get this brush from? I don't know. I got this nice, oh yeah, I probably got that from Yes Style as well, but it's just a domed, not domed, it's a slanted fluffy brush, and it's been really nice for putting on cream blushes too. So I'm going into that mauve one that I showed you, and just on the cheeks. And it's such a nice, almost just a warm pink, almost coral. I would call it cameo pink. I don't know if that makes any sense anymore. Cameos used to be very fashionable. I don't know if you know what a cameo is, gosh. It's a type of shell carving. You just get them in plastic. There we go, just a little across the forehead. I don't bother contouring my forehead. Should I contour my cheeks? I don't know. Nah, I'm not gonna bother. I think that's it. Now, where's the lipstick? I think it's in my handbag. Hold on. All right, I found the lippy thing. So this is another one of my Project Pan items. This is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. And it's, oh gosh, I can't read the thing. Honeysuckle. It's in honeysuckle. So that's the shade there. And I like it. It's a nice product. But I tend to keep lip products in my pocket so I can just reapply them. Things like lip balms and more sheer items. This one is so goopy, it melts. And I don't want that in my pocket. I don't want a goopy, melty product in my pocket. So I ended up not using it as much or not taking it because it just wasn't, it didn't fit my lifestyle. So it has to sit in your handbag. And it's not a stingy plumping. It is goopy though. It is so goopy. I think it's that cooling, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it goes nice with the blush. So it'll live in the handbag, and I'll try and use it. Try and remember to use it. But I prefer other little lip balms that are lip colors, lip glosses that I can just keep in my pocket. In fact, I have quite a fascination. Hold on. Sorry, back. With like these little sized lip products, and these are from Laka. They're from I bought these from Yes Style, so they're from, I think these are Korean beauty items. And you get them in like a little 2-pack, so you get a cool and a warm. And they fit in that, you know, when you wear jeans and they've got that little tiny pocket that nothing fits in. These fit in there, and it's great. And then I recently bought the Romandy black set. So they had a trio, the Blackberry trio, which is really good, but the gloss was the standout. And they've got mini glosses, look. So where's the giant one? So they've got a, you know, the full-sized one, which I can hold in my pocket as well, but it's bigger. And then the little baby one. He's so cute. And it's the same product. They're really nice. So like, if I wanted to show you, if you have, like, this isn't a super bright lippy, but they're just like a muddy gray, a muddy black, yeah. And you can just tonal change your existing lippies. So you don't have to go full black, and I don't actually like wearing full black lips anyway. I find it makes my lips look small. Like, black is slimming, and I don't want slim lips. I don't want thin looking lips. I want full looking lips. So harsh black lip products I'm not a fan of, but like these, you can just blend them in. If you've got one that's too hot, like a color that's far too bright, that'll tone it right back down. It's lovely. It's good stuff. And they last. And if you've got a really matte, dry lip, it'll moisten it right up, make it a little more wearable. They're fab. So anyway, that's me. I'm gonna go out today. I've got my 1 month follow-up appointment because I had pneumonia a month ago. I was in the hospital a month ago. And they're just gonna check everything, make sure that I'm clear of all of the pneumonia. And I still have something in there. I can feel it because now I'm coughing. I wasn't coughing before, but anyway. Hopefully it's all good, and we'll find out what the cause of the pneumonia was. And it's possible it was birds, but that's a story for another day. Anyhow, thank you so much for hanging out. I'll be back later on. I've got other things I want to discuss. I'll do a whole big thing about like all the Project Pan rules I want to follow. There's no problem with starting it in September, but I'm going to do a Project Pan because I need to use things rather than hold on to them because I love them and they're too precious, or because I'm mad at them and they disappointed me in some way. And it's not, I don't know. I'll explain it. And I'm also wanting to talk about my favorite handbag, which is all the vegan leather is peeling off of it and making me very sad. And I want to talk about how I'm going to try and refurbish it and keep the bag going, because the fabric of it is beautiful and it is designer and I don't want to throw it away. So I'll come back later and we'll have a chat about other stuff. For now, I'll see you later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me as I do my makeup for the day. Hey. If you liked what you've seen, maybe subscribe, maybe give us a like, encourage me in simple ways, leave a comment, give me some suggestions. I wouldn't mind, some good ideas on where to go next. Thank you so much. I'm Livy. Have a lovely day. See you later.